Yeah, boy. You ready, boy? You ready? You ready to build up the life, man? Autoimmune diseases, you know. Yeah, we're going to fix them up tonight with that. Yeah, a lot of people see the vaccine.
Yeah.
The vaccine has caused that too. You can't tell some people that because they want to fight you down, you know. You know what I'm saying? Okay, all right. I'm build up the live. The live is gonna build up now. We're gonna look at who's on the live, and we're gonna start it as quick as possible. You know, yeah. Look at nature right here. See nature. This is nature. Right? This is what God put on the earth for us to use for healing. All them things here, you know. Give thanks. Yeah. This is our last video. This is our last live, you know. And then we go to Grenada. And I'm gonna remove all the live on my page, so you all have to write down as much as you all can. I'm going to remove the live. Sophie, good night, doll. All right. This is a lot. This is a herb here for when you have constipation. This one is for circulation, prickly ash. We have it in a circulation formula. Good for the heart too. And this herb is very important for when you have lupus. We're going to talk about that tonight. Any kind of autoimmune diseases, lupus, scleroderma, muscular dystrophy. We're going to tell them what they are in a little while. And these herbs are very important for immune regulating or immune amphoterics. We're going to discuss and go into detail and show you how we can fix autoimmune diseases. We're going to show you how you can fix that because the medical system can't do it. Yes, son? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, good night and give thanks and praises, yeah? Alright, we not going to be here for too long. The reason why I wanted to do this program because you know people saying that autoimmune diseases cannot be repaired. And we have a few people, well, I'm going to mention a name. She was on our live one day. Miss Doreen, Monique Doreen. She had myasthenia gravis. And she's on the live, she could attest to that. She had myasthenia gravis, which is an autoimmune disease because we lost one of our musical brethren from that disease. If anybody does music, knows his name is Makiti. He used to play for Steel Pulse. And we had another lady, Barbara, who had RA, rheumatoid arthritis. And she came and she fixed that so she can hold a cup. So we have to educate ourselves and find out what is causing an autoimmune disease. Yeah? A lot of us didn't born with autoimmune diseases. We develop these diseases. Now, we mentioned before that lots of diseases can come from the gut. Yeah? Because the digestive system is where 95% of diseases starts. I do not care what the medical system tell me. 95% or even more of diseases starts in the digestive system. According to what we put in and what we put out. So you are not what you are. You are not what you eat. You are what you excrete. What you excrete. That's important, yeah. You are not what you eat. You are what you excrete. So if you excrete lots of garbage, then you're going to have a lot of garbage in your system. Okay, all right. So we're going to look at some autoimmune diseases like saccharidosis. This autoimmune disease attacks your lung. We're going to look at MS, multiple sclerosis, that attacks the nerves, the myelin sheath. We had a program on that before. Lupus, SLE, this is called lupus, connective tissues, and the skin. So lupus is like arthritis. It affects, if you are SLE, it affects the skin. And it can burn you up too, like when you get burned with fire. And then you have RA, rheumatoid arthritis, affects your joints. Then you have myasthenia gravis, that's what killed Makiti. That affects the muscles. There's a lot of them, you know. I'm only giving you a few of them, yeah? And then you have muscular dystrophy, which attack the muscles and give you muscle mass, or you lose a lot of muscle mass. That's muscular dystrophy. And then you have grave disease and Hashimoto disease. And that autoimmune disease attack the thyroid gland. One put hole in the thyroid and one don't. So you have to know to fix grave disease. I think that is what the girl from on what's her name again? On the Wendy Williams. That's what she got. She got grave disease, but them can't fix it. So there is one that put holes in the thyroid gland that leaks out thyroxine. So the person who have the Hashimoto disease, they become underactive, and the person who have grave disease, they become overactive. And there's different treatment for underactive and overactive thyroid gland, and we have both for both of them. We have one for underactive and we have one for overactive thyroid. Then you have Asperger's syndrome. That is dryness of the eyes and the mouth, and you have psoriasis, which affects the skin. And then you have idiopathic thrombocytopenia, poria, and this one affects the platelets. That's when your immune system attacks the platelets and drops it. And if the platelets drop too low, it can affect your liver, and it can affect the globulin factors, and then you can die from that. Yeah, so that affects a lot of children. So these diseases, they call autoimmune diseases, and if you ask any doctor, they will tell you from unknown causes. They do not know what caused all these autoimmune diseases. Dr. Sebi, bless his heart, Dr. Sebi said that there is one disease and there is one cause. Yeah? And lots of people fight on Dr. Sebi for saying that. Now, I would not go as far and say there is one cause, because there are different causes of some diseases. But what Dr. Sebi was saying is, because lots of people have excessive amount of mucus in their system. Yeah? And the mucous membranes is so bombarded with excessive amount of mucus that all this mucus in the body send a bad signal to our immune system. Yeah? And cause our immune system to become overactive. The complementary system, we're going to talk about that in a little while. Yeah? Wonderful. So these are what we call autoimmune diseases. And lots of women have them. It affects more women than men. I don't know why, but it affects more women than men. You hardly have a man have lupus, but you find a lot of women have lupus now. Yeah? And that's because they have the big bam bam, the big buttocks. I tell you the buttocks, or you have, or you put all the fat in, or your bam bam, or that's where it goes. And all the fat make all your organ become bloated. So you all have a nice ass, nice buttocks, pants all tight, all the ties all look out, but you all, the women have lots of excessive amount of trunk, garbage in the trunk, hormones and mucus and fats, and then your organ become bloated. Yeah, and then you get what we call intracellular acidosis. Yeah. Let's look at the immune complex system. Let's look at when our immune complex system become the enemy of the individual to give them an autoimmune disease. Remember, we have programs like a yeast and parasite program. I said before that every 3 months we must do a yeast and a parasite cleanse, moving out excessive amount of parasites, excessive amount of yeast and fungi from the system, because they can disrupt the complementary system, the immune system, that is. So when our immune complexes become our enemy, now the immune complexes can attach to our tissues, leaving our macrophages. And we said before, a couple of nights ago, when we had the last program on Saturday, that the macrophages supposed to eat up and all damaged cells. That's what they do. And if the macrophages is not in a situation where they can eat up damaged cells, it's going to cause the individual to get inflammation. Yeah? So when our immune complexes become the enemy,
When these immune complexes attach to our tissues, leaving our white blood cells, called the macrophages, without cover, our complementary system can work. But because there is so much fats in the system, there is so much mucus in the body, there is so much parasites in the system, this complementary system become overzealous. It become overactive. Yeah? And that is the reason why your doctor will tell you that there is unknown causes. Because he don't know. Because of these complementary and the immune complex system. That's how it's supposed to work. But if the immune complex system become an enemy of yours, it will affect your complementary system. And then your complementary system, which is supposed to keep you in balance, will become overzealous. They call it overactive in the medical system. Now, follow me now very carefully, because I'm going to start to remove my videos from Facebook because too much scammers and too much fakers. So I'm going to remove them. So you all won't see none of my videos long term. I want to take them out, put them in my archives. You all come and buy them eventually. I don't want to do that, but they are pushing me to do these things. All right? Now, the complementary system, it don't just destroy the enemy attached to the antibody, but it also go and it start destroying the surrounding tissues and even your organs when you have lupus. Why, Patrick, does this complementary system supposed to destroy the enemy that attached to the antibody, but it starts destroying the surrounding tissues? Why, Patrick? Because you put that complementary system in a way where he cannot determine the good guys from the bad guys. Because we know for a fact, watch me now, we know for a fact, if you eat large amounts of fats, the enzymes that's supposed to break down your carbohydrates will become idle. No nutritionist can doubt that. If you have lots of fats in your plate and you're eating all these bad fats on a regular basis, especially at night, the enzymes that's supposed to break down your potatoes and your yam and your rice, he becomes so idle. He can't do nothing. And everything starts affecting the complementary system. So the complementary system now, we call it intracellular acidosis. You have lots of waste so sitting in the system, can't move out. So you have waste going into the cells and can't come out of the cells. Whereby you're supposed to have nutrients going into the cells and waste coming out of the cells. But the waste goes in because the fat you eat cause your organs to be bloated. And once your organs are bloated, fats are acid. Don't forget that. Fats are acids. Carbohydrates are acid. Proteins are acids. And oils are acids. And lots of people eat these foods together, not having what you call good food combining. And then the large amount of fat you eat, you start sending conflicting signals to your enzyme. We're going to have a whole program on enzymes and show you how they work in the bloodstream. They are very significant in keeping cancer away too. enzymes are very significant in keeping diseases away. If you have the flu, and I come into your house, and I pop some enzymes, I can't get no flu. Huh? So if you see somebody having a flu, influenza they call it, you just go and pop some enzymes. Take about 2 enzymes 3 times per day, and you can never get a flu. Because the enzyme is going to protect you. There's thousands of them, and they all have a role to play. But when you confuse them, like Babylon, when you confuse them, they do not know which one of the foods they have to break down first, so they become very idle. And once they become idle, if they cannot break down your fat properly, you get organs that are bloated. You get high cholesterol that oxidizes and affects your arteries, and you get what we call hardening of the arteries, where the man have to go and open your chest because you did not know how to eat the foods together. See? So large amount of fat, when eaten in abundance, the enzymes that's supposed to break down your carbs will stay so idle. And then all of a sudden, lots of waste matter start accumulating in your digestive system, in your intestines, and you're getting all these conditions they call autoimmune diseases, Crohn's disease, IBD, leaky gut, all these diseases, because you were not using the food in a compatible way. Yeah? And then it calls your complementary system now. We go back again and read it again. When our immune complexes become our enemy, why would us want to make this system become our enemy? Because of the way we eat the foods. Yeah? The immune complexes can attach to the tissues, leaving our macrophages vulnerable, without cover, and our complementary system can work, but because they keep on attaching to the tissues, that complementary system can work, but are often overzealous. That's what they call it in the medical system. And it don't just destroy enemies attached to the antibodies, it also destroys the surrounding tissues and organs. Why, Patrick? Because it cannot determine which is the good guy and which is the bad guy. And that is the reason why you're getting lupus. That is the reason why you're getting multiple sclerosis. That is the reason why you're getting Graves' disease, Hashimoto disease, and all them blood disease they say can't fix. They know where it comes from. That is the reason why. So, lots of pharmaceutical companies now is doing the same research and trying to figure out why this is happening. So there's no iron line. We call lupus phospholipid syndrome. I don't call it lupus. I call it phospholipid syndrome. Fats bloating up the organ system. Yeah? So when you now have this system, cannot determine the cancer cell, the bad guys, the fungi, the parasites, the yeast, the bacteria, the viruses. He cannot determine if they're good or if they're bad. So he starts attacking everything. He starts attacking your kidney. He starts attacking your lung, saccharidosis. He starts attacking your nerves, muscular dystrophy, multiple sclerosis. He starts attacking your muscles, muscular dystrophy, myasthenia gravis. He starts attacking your joints, rheumatoid arthritis. He starts attacking your thyroid gland, Graves' disease, Hashimoto disease. All because he cannot determine who is good and he cannot determine who is bad. You follow me? Yeah? But here what's going on now. God put herbs on this earth in every country. The Caribbean is full of herbs, and we don't utilize them. But God put herbs on this earth for healing. God put herbs on this earth for any diseases that we have, because he knew that we was going to get sick, because we are imperfect. We are not perfect human beings. So sickness going to come. See? But when you get a sickness, you have to go to them things. See them over there? You got to go there. And if you know how to use them properly, they will help your sickness to go away. And when your sickness goes away, we stop use them till we get another sickness. We don't make you take them forever. It don't work like that. That's how the medical system works. They put you on a drug until you take it forever. So they put you on steroids, prednisone, 24 milligrams, 10 milligrams, because they don't know how to repair your immune system. So they give you a drug, and you got to take that drug for lupus till you die. Hydrochloroquine, I think they have another one. And the same hydrochloroquine, you know where it comes from? It comes from a tree in Africa. The same hydrochloroquine they give you for lupus, that comes from a tree in Africa. A lot of the Africans use it for malaria. Yeah, dig that. Herbs for autoimmune diseases. So if you have an autoimmune disease, I want you to look up these herbs, because I'm going to take all them videos done, because too much scammers and too much fakers. So I'm going to take them videos. And we have to be opening now. We're going to have a business page. A business page where we're going to be verified. So them scammers and them fakers can't come on no more. I'm tired of them. You know what I mean? Tired of them. Reishi mushroom, licorice, turmeric, ashwagandha, mark them down, Romania. They are what we call immunoregulators and immune amphoterics. We're going to discuss what immunoregulators do and what immune amphoterics do. Because some herbs, as I said before, act as immunoregulators, and some herbs act as immunoamphoterics. We have to know what they are and how they work in order for us to treat you, the patient, properly. And you, the patient or the client, have to have enough discipline to follow a program to fix your troubles, instead of taking a drug, prednisone forever, make you get big and mash up your bones eventually. Because that's what steroids do. They mash you up, Ventolin, prednisone. They're killers. They don't fix your troubles. They damage your bones, make you gain weight. Mark the herbs down. Reishi mushroom, licorice, turmeric, ashwagandha, Romania. This one clear a lot of heat. Right? They are immunoregulators, and they are also immune amphoterics. Yeah? Watch me now. What the immune regulators do, Patrick? The immune regulators, they reduce inflammatory cytokines, which we talked about last week for breast cancer, for women only, when you have breast cancer. And the macrophages is not destroying the damaged tissues. The immune regulators, like reishi mushroom, like Romania and ashwagandha, they reduced inflammatory cytokines and PGE2 and PGE3 production. PGE2 and PGE3 is prostaglandins that gives you inflammation. PGE1 is the good one, the good prostaglandin that don't give you inflammation. So these herbs they act as what we call immune regulators. They reduce inflammatory cytokines and they reduce PGE2, PGE3 production by modifying inflammation while balancing back your immune system. I want to use the word balance, but not suppression, by balancing back your immune system. That's what these herbs here do. A lot of them, you know. I can name 10 of them for you. Sarsaparilla, shiitake, maitake. A lot of them. That's what they do. That's what the immune, madam done for me. Immune regulators. You go to school and learn. Teach somebody else. The immune regulators, they reduce inflammatory cytokines and prostaglandins production that cause inflammation, which is PGE2 and PGE3. And they also modify inflammation while balancing back your immune system when you have lupus, muscular dystrophy, myasthenia gravis, Graves' disease, Hashimoto disease. But lots of people too lazy and they don't have no discipline. They like to eat too much food. And the food that you're supposed to use as your medicine is killing you long term. Because you like too much food. Yeah? I can't eat no foods all day. I can't starve myself. Madness, man. Crazy. Right this, son. Follow me. Next one. Next page. What do immune amphoterics do? Remember, there are immune modulators or regulators, and there are immune amphoterics. See? That's good herbal medicine, not in bush doctors. A good herbal medicine. What do immune amphoterics do? They normalize our immune function and can be used in either hypo or hyperactive conditions in any autoimmune disease. So if you have an autoimmune disease and your immune system is overactive and it's firing at your kidney and your lung, the immune amphoterics, they will normalize your immune function and can be used in either hypo, meaning that you have a suppressed immune system, or you have an overactive immune system. They can work either way. Either when you suppress, they bring it up. If you're overactive, they balance it back too. We call them immune amphoterics. In any autoimmune disease that you have, these herbs can balance back your immune system. Yeah? Because they normalize your immune function and can be used in either hypo or hyperactive conditions in any autoimmune disease that you have. Additional herbs we can use. You see this herb here? It's called chaga. I love this herb and turkey tail. They are so significant for cancer. Yeah? That's why I put them in my angio blockers. They're so significant for cancer. Although this herb, a lot of people didn't know what it is. But you see this one called chaga and gandaderma? They will balance back any immune system, any inflammation, and get rid of cancer cells too. What do? They work on immune excess or immune deficiency like Lyme disease, allergies, cancer, multiple sclerosis, lupus. These right here. They work on immune excess or immune deficiency. So when you take your chemotherapy and the chemotherapy lick out your immune system, your good cells, these herbs right here will work on immune excess or immune deficiency from Taxol and cisplatin and all these drugs that they give you when you have cancer. But it helps to regulate and normalize the immune system when you have autoimmune diseases, Lyme disease, allergies, cancer, multiple sclerosis, lupus, myasthenia gravis, multiple sclerosis, all of them. All the syndromes. You see, because God knew. You see, God is wise. He knew that we're going to come down in these times and get all the diseases too. He knew that. So he makes sure and put all these herbs to either balance back, drop, or bring back up the immune system. And these are the herbs that does that. And a lot of them, if there is endotoxins in your gut, we could put some sarsaparilla. If there's troubles in the glands, we could use some adaptogens. You see what I'm saying? Huh? So all these herbs even work on influenza. And if there's influenza, we could use some what? St. John's wort. And we could add on some isatis. Yeah? And if we have the influenza, we could pop some enzymes. You don't take no flu shot. You don't need that. Schisandra berry and cordyceps. This herb was only given to the royals in China because it acts as an adaptogen, but it can also regenerate your kidney with Romania, cordyceps. They are adaptogens which can enhance, look at now, these herbs can enhance the HPA, hypothalamus, pituitary, and adrenals, and also SAS, sleep apnea syndrome. These herbs, Schisandra berry, cordyceps, ashwagandha, linden flower, rhodiola, I could name a lot of them for you. There's tons of them. But the main ones, cordyceps, Schisandra, linden flower, lemon balm, licorice. They can enhance HPA, hypothalamus, pituitary, and adrenal function, and also sleep apnea syndrome conditions. These herbs here, you have to go and sleep with no gardener machines. You gotta use them herbs. These herbs are your machine when you have sleep apnea. See? So a lot of women walking around with lupus, dying from lupus because lupus affecting the kidney, it killing the immune system, attacking the kidney, but you all never know that these herbs here, mark them down. I taking on my videos, all of them. Them scammers and them fakers, like Dr. Ozzy and them, have a computer in their hands and they only put up all these fake pages and comment on my posts and my videos. Take down all of them. Then I want you all to go to my business page. I have to go over to my business page because I'm gonna close this page down. Go to my business page, Christian Patrick Dells. That's the business page. You're gonna have Facebook verifying that page. Yeah? So that them scammers can't come. That's what it's right there. Multiple sclerosis damages the myelin sheath. Once your myelin sheath is damaged, you know you're going to get it back. You have to be in a wheelchair for life. Yeah? Don't forget that. Rheumatoid arthritis make you become deformed. You can't even hold a cup in your hands. Muscular dystrophy or myasthenia gravis, like the sister, Monique Doran, she couldn't walk. In 33 days, she was walking. Yeah? Because these are the herbs we put her on. And
and put her on a program. In 33 days, she could have walked. The lady who came here with rheumatoid arthritis, before she became deformed and couldn't hold a cup in her hands, he put her on a program. And she came in here holding her cups. You see, grave disease, Hashimoto disease, your immune system, the complementary system is not working properly. So your immune system is putting holes in your thyroid gland. And all the thyroxine is leaking out, causing you, the woman or the man, to become hypoactive. They give you levothyroxine. We give you CMOS. We give you Dulce. We give you Kelp. We give you Suma. Because you need iodine to make thyroxine. And we give you zinc and tyrosine to push the thyroxine back into the bloodstream, into the thyroid gland, where we plug it up. Because the immune system putting holes in there. Grave disease, same thing. Your immune system causes your thyroid to be overactive. You lose a lot of weight. Affect your hair. The Séjour syndrome affects your eye, dry mouth and dry eyes. Saccharidosis affects your lung. Your immune system start attacking your lung because your complementary system could not determine who is good and who is bad. It can't determine that because you're eating the food the wrong way. Yeah? Follow me now. You should never eat. If you want to fix lupus, if you want to fix scleroderma, it affects your skin. If you want to fix saccharidosis, if you want to fix multiple sclerosis, you cannot eat starches and proteins together. You can't. You will never fix lupus. If you want to fix scleroderma, saccharidosis, multiple sclerosis, myasthenia gravis, grave disease, Hashimoto disease, you cannot eat a starch and a protein together. Because why, Patrick does? Because they are both acid foods. They're both acids. You're not supposed to eat them together. Because this protein, together with a starch food, is going to cause your starch food to become idle in your stomach. And while the starch is being idle in your stomach, he is creating fermentation. And when he moves, after he is digested, he moves undigested. And he goes into the small intestines. And it causes more acidity inside there. Sodium bicarbonate cannot be produced from the pancreas. So he gives you ulcers. And it goes and it stays in your large intestines, and it stays and ferment and it putrefies while he is just moving. And in the process, when you eat them together, you are now sending conflicting signals to your enzyme function from the exocrine part of the pancreas. They confuse. And once they are confused, because they are enzymes, and they are also found in your cells, and they are also in the bloodstream, they are going to leave your foods idle. And you're going to get bloated organs with fats. And then when the fats become all not emulsified and get into the system, it moves into your cells, toxins and acids and mucus, and it goes into your cells as toxins and waste matter and can't come out of the cells, and the cells on a cellular level become acidic, intracellular acidosis. And once you have lots of acid in your system, cancer gonna come, Crohn's disease gonna come, autoimmune disease is gonna come long term.
because the complementary system is not working properly. They cannot determine who is good and who is bad. So they can't eat up your cancer cells. They can't kill a cell that is mutating. They cannot kill no parasite. They're looking at your kidney and say, oh shoot, you're a foreign invader. Boom, they kill that. You got to go on dialysis. They look at your lung and say your lung is a foreign invader. Boom, they kill that too.
Because you and I were taught the wrong way. And that is the reason why there are so many diseases, plus we don't sleep no more. We up all night. We don't go to bed at sundown. 12 o'clock in the night, when all the organs are supposed to be regenerating, we eating foods outside. Hey brother, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, you in a restaurant eating foods. When you're supposed to be sleeping, so your body could regenerate. The pituitary gland in your brain, and the hypothalamus gland, and the adrenal glands. HPA, hypothalamus, pituitary, and adrenals. You cannot enhance them that way. So what happened? Because all the body work as one entity, once you start messing up one of them, you're going to get into trouble long term. And then you're eating the foods in an incompatible way also. You're eating and drinking at the same time. You're eating and looking at television. You are eating when you're angry. You are eating when you're rushing. You are eating and talk. You are doing all kind of things that put troubles in your gut. And then when the gut become all frustrated, your gut turn on you and give you a disease like autoimmune, like cancer, lupus, scleroderma, muscular dystrophy, myasthenia gravis, all of them. And then your doctor said to you, oh, I'm going to take a what? Look at right here. He's going to take an ANA test called an anti-nuclear factor test, looking for what? For antibodies. Yeah. And if he see after that ANA test come back positive with a high number, he going to tell you now that you have an autoimmune disease, and because of the symptom that you display or manifest, he will tell you that is the disease you have. So if you have joint pain and you have a high ANA, you're going to say you have RA. If you have muscle weakness and the ANA high, you're going to say you have muscular dystrophy. Or you have myasthenia gravis. Yeah? If you have cough, long troubles, you're going to say, look, you have saccharidosis. If you have trouble in the connective tissues, joint pain in your joint, you're going to say you have what we call discoid lupus. That ANA test. And that's why the medical system is important now. If you want to fix any autoimmune diseases, make sure that you change around when you eat your food in a compatible way, because all your organs and all your glands and all your muscles, the heart, that is too, they function better in an alkaline system. Follow me. All the glands, still right there, son. We're going to be almost done. Watch me now. All the glands, all the blood pH is 7.35, 7.45. Venous blood, capillary blood, arterial blood. Yeah? Intestines, 7.8. The duodenum, ileum, 7.5 pH. Saliva, 6.9, 7.0. Urine, 7.0. Yeah? Follow me now. All the bloodstream. Pancreas, 8.3. Alkaline. Stomach, 4.6, 3.6 acidic.
And the stomach still produces mucus to protect the lining of the stomach from the acid that the stomach produces. Because the body's wise. You follow? And the skin is what? 5.2, 5.3 acidic. So if you have all the areas in your body flowing in a pH of 7.45, 7.5, 7.8, now how you gonna make them become acidic and live that way for a long time? Because you're eating what? All acid foods together. You're eating all the acid food together for years, 20 years, 30 years. And you get lupus, salivadoma, because you mess up the complementary system. Because this is what we call acid diet, starch and protein, fats and oils, acids. You have to go to where? Come over here, son. The green guys, alkaline, 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 alkaline. So you must use the alkaline with the proteins. The vegetables with your proteins. You must use them with your proteins. This is what we call starch. These are starches. We call them complex carbohydrates. They're still starches. So you're supposed to eat these with your proteins or eat these with your starches. When you eat these with your proteins and these with your starches, because they are 80% water and they're more alkaline, they keep your pH at 7.35, 7.45 in the venous blood, arterial blood, and capillary blood. And all the parts of the body remain alkaline because you're eating an alkaline diet. But when you eat this way, with the protein and the starches together, you are creating funguses, parasites, yeast, and you're inviting more cancer cells. And then all of a sudden, all of them become bloated. And then you get lupus. Good night, over here. Over here. And that brother right here. I'm promoting a black brother, black business. Right on 32nd Street and Church Avenue. Coconut water fresh. Yes, sir. Okay, now we're removing one more time before we go. I am removing all my videos, mostly all of them lately, from Facebook. Right? I ain't playing no games no more. I'm removing all the videos. So you all want to write them down now. Because I'm going to remove all of them. Too much fakers and too much scammers. You know what I mean? Do not contact me on Messenger. Because the scammer is using my picture on Messenger. And he knows my number. And he gave you all my number. And you all call me and I speak to you and you all go back to him again. And he's scam all here. You follow me? So don't contact me on Messenger. Shanti give all you all the numbers. Write down everything because I ain't putting nothing on Facebook again. I'm going to take it down. And I'm going to put it in my archives. And eventually, you have to buy it.
Tell him Patricia Guy.
And Patricia Guy
work for.
is on the live and she's working with Ambrosia. So when you see Patricia Guy, she is one of us. If anybody comment on the page again, it's not one of us. I'm taking on all them videos. So make sure you all go to school and learn them things, mark them down. Because I stop make joke with people. I'm too good and too kind. You know what I mean? I'm going to move them, put them in my archives, and then you're going to buy it on an ebook or something. Alright? I ain't making no joke again. I'm stopping it. And Christy Books. Christy's coming up with us. I'm going to go to Grenada on this week. And we have Christy have a skincare product coming up for eczema and nice skin. We're going to have a live when I get to Grenada on that. And you're going to see how pretty the skin and I'm looking after you use the products. Okay? We're going to launch it next week. Alright? But don't forget, all them video coming down. I'm making no joke again. No scamming, no thief, nothing. They all coming down. Coming down. So take them down. Mark them down now. Because now I become a rebel. You know what I mean? Alright, brother. Yeah.